What are you going to do for lunch today? Are you going to run down to your local restaurant and spend $12 to $15 to $20 for a lunch that you don't know what goes in there? You don't know who's cooking it. You don't know how sanitary the conditions are. Let me show you today how we can cook a good, fulfilling meal, wholesome, that you'll like for less than $2, approximately $1.75. I'll show you the ingredients and show you the cost in just a second. Here we go. First, we're going to use noodles, $3.49 for the entire pack. 10 of them are in there. We're going to use one of them. Slice of a green pepper, slice of an onion. We have 6 ounces of a pork chop that I cut the bone off and the fat. I used off something else earlier. And we have 6 cherry tomatoes. We have some chicken base. We have some frozen green peas. And let's get to cooking. This is going to be very quick. We've already put the noodles in the water. Now we're going to get our meat prepared. When you slice pork or any kind of meat, and you can use substitute chicken, you don't have to use pork, substitute chicken, you want to slice it on an angle. The reason why you slice it on an angle, you have more of a cooking surface and the meat will get done faster and cook more evenly. We're going to take our pork now, put it in a container. You can season this, you cannot season it, but I'll season it once it's in the pan cooking. Set it aside. You want to wipe your cooking surface, especially if you've had raw meat on there. Get this all cleaned off here. Don't want any cross-contamination. All right, let's cut up the onion. When using a knife, obviously curl your fingers under. You have to go fast, just have to go accurately. There you go. We're going to slice the cherry tomatoes into put these back on the plate. It's going to be a very quick video, going to be very fast. The noodles take approximately 2.5 minutes to cook once at the boiling water. You want to take your pasta, pull a little bit out of the pan. It's going to be hot, but then you want to try it. See, make sure it's done. That's done. That's good. You want to drain this out. This is where the fun comes in. This is where it gets really fast. All right. Turn our pan back on. A little bit of oil. I'm using olive oil, but you can use any kind of oil you want to. Just don't use any extra virgin olive oil or sesame oil because it's too light, the flash point's too high, and it will burn very quick. All right, let's put our ingredients in. Let's go in with the pork. Let's go in with the tomatoes and the green peppers and the onion. Let this cook down. You always want to go into a hot pan. If you go into a hot pan, things won't stick. If you start off in a cold pan, they will stick. You aware of that? Got this pan turned up as high as it'll go. We're using frozen peas here because by the time we pull them out, thaw them out there, they'll be ready to go. If you're using anything like fresh broccoli, carrots, other fresh ingredients. Make sure you blanch them off first. Put them in a small pot of boiling water. Let them cook first before you throw them in there. If not, they will not get done in time. Pro tip. This takes approximately 10 minutes to cook down. This is very easy. This is very quick. It beats a $15, $18 lunch any day of the week. And you know what's going in there. We'll come in with our just a salt, pepper, and granulated garlic mix. That's all the spices we have. Chicken base we'll put in a second. Let this cook down first though. Bright colors. It's gorgeous. Okay, now we're coming in with a tablespoon of cornstarch and a little bit of water for a thickener. Good in there. Let that thicken up a little bit. Then we'll throw in some Maggie's. It's actually Jugo, but it's a generic Maggie's. Like a soy sauce, a flavorer. Put that in there. You don't want it too thick, but you want just a light sauce in there. As your sauce thickens, put your peas in. Let them cook down. And then you can add your noodles. And that's all there is to it. No more complicated. Can't be any simpler. There's a lot of sauce in here. There's a lot of meat in here. There's vegetables. Let me plate this thing up and then we'll try it and I'll let you know how it is. Hang on. I would challenge anybody to find a meal like this in any restaurant for $1.73 is what the final price came out to be. You can go out and eat for lunch, you can spend big bucks, or you can have something like this. There's plenty of food there. I guarantee it's going to fill you up. Let's give it a try, see how it is. Get a tomato, get a piece of pork, and some peas and noodles. Has a good clean flavor to it. Fresh, bright, delicious, and very filling. And you could have substituted shrimp or chicken or ham or anything else with this. Sausage. You could have thrown in broccoli, mushrooms. There's all kinds of things you could have done. Remember, cooking at home, cooking on a budget is not going out and buying expensive ingredients. Cooking at home is using what you have on hand, buying in bulk, and cooking as cheaply as possible. And don't waste anything. Save everything you can. Make everything stretch. And stay with us. We'll show you more tips, more tricks, more recipes, more entrees. We'll show you how you can live your life better on a budget. So, once again, hate seeing this, but like, share this to your friends. Send this to somebody you know. Somebody can use this. Somebody who's struggling to feed themselves and their family. And we'll be here. We'll keep going. See you next time on Real Food. Spend less. Bye. I'm going to finish eating. I need some chopsticks, I think. Yeah, maybe it's not Chinese. See you next time. Bye.